Hello everybody, GameFreak9917 here, and today I'm bringing you another car review on Forza Horizon 2 on the Xbox One. And recently, that I've noticed, Turn 10 came out with a new car pack, and it was an actual Fast and Furious car pack. So this car pack included a whole bunch of cars from the Fast and Furious movie franchise, and the one that I'm going to be reviewing today is the 1995 Toyota Supra RZ. Now, some people may be wondering, like, what are the differences between this Supra and the other Supra from the Fast and Furious expansion pack? Well, one of the differences is this is a 95, the Fast and Furious expansion pack one, which is the white one, is a 98, and plus there is also a horsepower difference. The expansion pack Supra, the white one, makes 675 horsepower and 497 foot-pound torque, while the brand new one is 779 horsepower, 643 foot-pound torque. Now, I believe that the white Supra was at one point the fastest or maybe the most powerful car in the game, but being that this new Supra is making more horsepower stock, I'm a little bit excited to see just what this car can do. So when you buy the pack, I believe every single car is free, so you can go ahead and just get this, and it already has the paint job for the Fast and the Furious from the first movie on there already. So let's go ahead and try to see what this is like, and I'm going to be doing only a straight up comparison between this car and the other one from the actual pack, and not just the expansion, not the car pack. And it's raining, of course. I missed this. Alright, already feeling a little bit of wheel spin. But anyway, let's just try to take a listen. Oh wow, that is one really cool interior. That is really cool. But I cannot remember what the other Supra sounds like, so I can't really do a straight comparison off of sound, but this car does sound very nice. Alright, because it's raining, there's actually a little bit of wheel spin, but it's not enough to actually lose control of the back end. It's just a little bit like the tires kind of chirping, I guess. But in third gear, it's actually gripping very well, which I'm very surprised with. Ooh, shifting from second to third, got a little bit of tail end action on the gravel. Yeah, on the gravel, this car isn't going to be doing too well. Oh, back end kicked out a little bit there, but it was nice and controlled. Hard on the throttle coming out of the corner in third gear, had almost no problems there. Could feel a little bit of wheel spin, but it's not really all that much. That torque really helps keep this car under control, which is very surprising. Now I can slightly remember when I reviewed the white Supra, and from what I can remember, I didn't really care for it all that much as an actual track race car. I can't remember all that well though. It was quite a while ago. Anyway, let's go cockpit view for this. Just see how fast this car can go. We got a little bit more wheel spin than I will have liked there in first gear. Second gear got some as well. but is able to kind of keep it under control in third gear. Got nothing but grip, so this car does grip very quickly. Wow, 204.97 stock. That is very impressive. 204.97. And the previous car, or the most recent car that I had reviewed, was the 2015 McLaren 650S, which did a 189.7. So the Supra just demolished that car. Let's see what kind of supercars that we went against. That are more recent, I'll go with. Let's see, the 2012 911 GT3 RS Day 178. Oh, this car is actually faster than a LaFerrari stock. Stock for stock, this car is faster than a LaFerrari in a straight line. The LaFerrari did a 204.36, with the Supra being a 204.97. So this car is impressive. That is very impressive. Now let's go see what this car can do fully upgraded. Now, of course, not expecting too much out of this car, but I'm hoping that it's going to be high in horsepower and hopefully more than the previous one. Now, the only reason why I say that is because it's going to be an insane car. Let's take a look at our conversions. We have engine swaps, a 6.2 liter V8, 5.2 liter V10, or a 6 liter V12. I'm not going to do any of those. We have a drivetrain swap, which of course consists of the all-wheel drive swap, and an aspiration conversion. It'd be a single turbo to a twin turbo, and wow, the twin turbo boosts us up 215 horsepower. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that. Alright, now let's upgrade our engine, which we have a lot of engine upgrades, which is very, very good. But hopefully they can actually produce high horsepower numbers with each upgrade. That way we can get as big of horsepower numbers as the expansion pack Supra. Oh wow, this car is making a lot of horsepower already, and we're only about halfway done with our upgrades. This car is also making 1.1 lateral G's stock. That's very impressive. Wow, 1,459 horsepower. Now, to be honest, I cannot remember what the 98 Supra is making in terms of horsepower. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and look at that once I'm done here. Can upgrade the brakes, which I love being able to do. And it looks like we cannot put a roll cage in, but we can reduce the weight, which I think we're going to be doing here. 2,707 pounds after that. Ooh, should we go with the race transmission? I say let's go for it, because what I feel like we are probably going to have to do, or I'm probably not going to be doing it because I don't normally do this on these videos, but I feel like this is going to be a car that you actually do have to go in and tune in order to get the top speed, because we almost maxed out the car just completely stock. So with the trans and everything, I don't think that we're going to be able, unless you tune the transmission, you're not going to be able to reach top speed. So let's just go ahead and compare this with the other Supra. Let's see, 1,459 horsepower here. and 1,182 horsepower here. Wow, that is... Wait. Oh! Wait, what? It's making the same amount of horsepower but more torque and weighing less. Although that may be because I did no weight reduction on this car. I'm not sure. Wow, I'm actually surprised. I thought that this car was going to be making a bit more horsepower, but it's making a lot more torque. Not really a lot more. It's not even making 100 more torque. Wow, I'm actually a little bit surprised, to be honest. Oh, and I also forgot, stock for stock, the 95 Supra with the 204.97, the car that we are reviewing here, and the 98 Supra did a 198.81. So stock for stock, this car is faster. Now let's go ahead and just kind of drive over here. Try not to spoil that engine too much, because I know that this engine is going to sound very nice. I can actually hear it idle. I don't think I've ever actually been able to hear a Supra idle before in this game. Wow, it doesn't even bounce off the rev limiter. It revs to 8,500 and that's it. Look at this interior. This is pretty much a full-bore race interior. Well, maybe not. If there's a little bit more carbon fiber, yeah. Oh, but that engine sound though, I love it. Oh, and also the speedometer is in miles per hour, which I believe the 98 Supra was in kilometers an hour. I can't quite remember though, so don't quote me on that. That's weird, not having the it's just really weird having it not rev off the rev limiter. Like, it just reaches 8,500 RPMs and that's it. It doesn't bounce or anything. It's bouncing a little bit here because I'm actually on gravel, so yeah, already I can tell this is not a car for the fan of heart. It's going to take some major skill to drive this car, and I don't have that kind of skill. This car, I will say though, is going to make one hell of a drift car. Yep, got wheel spin in third there, wheel spin in fourth. This car is just going to be spinning through all of the gears. This is an insane car though. I'm sure with the all-wheel drive swap, maybe a little bit more weight, this car would be an absolute track monster. Just because of how fast it can accelerate, the top speed this car is going to have. And even stock, this car handled very well. You know, is making 1.1 lateral Gs. Let's try an inch forward here. This car is just so beautiful. I love this Supra so much. I'm so glad that they added this in here, because now it looks like a proper Fast and Furious Supra. You know, all the paint jobs and whatnot, they did, you know, all those people that do those paint jobs, they have a lot of patience and a lot of talent to do that, but they truly captured everything perfectly here, from just that shade of orange. That's what a lot of people always miss on. A lot of people have either too dark or too bright of an orange, but here they captured it perfectly. Plus that green. But this is an absolutely beautiful car, and it definitely deserves its respect in the car world. But anyway, let's just see what this car can do in a straight line. Now, what I want everybody to do is just keep an eye on the speedometer as we go along. Oh my god. No! Oh no! A 236.67 stock. Wow. This car actually did a lot faster than I was expecting to do stock. Now, what I was expecting what would happen was it would wind up topping out around like 212, 213-ish kind of mark, because we almost topped it out stock. But that's insane. Now let's compare it to the 98 Supra. Oh, okay. Actually, I think what I did with the 98 Supra was I did do a final drive tune on it for top speed, because that Supra did a 255.35 from what I written down. But I think before that it was going to do a 206. So I think to keep things fair, let's do a little bit of a final drive tune on this car. Alright, let's go a little bit more for speed here. Let's see. Just top speed on here. Yeah, it's probably going to do the 236. Oh no, it did 237, I think, because it's still a little bit low. But let's try to see if we can go for the absolute top speed that we can here. .1 there. 270.2. 270.4. 270.5. We're slowly climbing. Just don't want to go too far, because if we go too far then we could start losing speed. And also we don't want to lose too much acceleration. I think I'm going to bring it back down to a 270.5. That way we have just a little bit more acceleration. And there we go. Now, of course, I'm not going to be driving as fast as I can down the other way, because I want to sort of savor this a little bit. I want to be surprised with how fast this car can accelerate, hopefully. Although, in fourth gear right now, idling at 4,000 RPM, I do kind of want to punch it. Oh god, this car is scary. Man, all that backfire, and I'm not touching anything. Wow, this car is scary though. In fourth gear, you're punching it, and it still spun the way it did. Man, you gotta have some balls to drive this car. Alright, let's see if I can do a little bit better with controlling this car off the launch. Oh, that was shitty. Alright, able to grip it in fourth gear. Ooh, wow. That did a 258.95. Jeez. Although what is the fastest car? Is it still... Wait. I think this... Let's see, where's the Bugatti Veyron on this list? Okay, the Bugatti Veyron did a... Fully upgraded, did a 250.32. So... I think we just found a new fast car for this game. Now, I know that there are a whole bunch of other videos out there on YouTube saying other cars are faster, like the Bugatti B110 is the fastest car, but that's if you do a whole lot of tuning. Now, this, I just did a final drive tune on it. But the previous fastest car that we had reviewed was the Hennessy Venom at a 256.15. So, with a 258.95, the new fastest car that we have reviewed is the 1995 Supra RZ Fast and Furious Edition. Now, getting on with the actual review. Now, I'm just going to straight up say this. Upgraded, it's not made to be a track car. This is made for just straight up top end speed. In a straight line, you know, it's not made to really go around a track. You can make it to go around a track, of course. You can do it with any car, but this, it's just... If you can do it, hey, kudos to you, but this is not what it's really made for. You know, this is made to sort of capture what the first Fast and Furious movie was mostly about, you know, drag racing. You know, and all the other aspects of Fast and Furious, but I'm not really going to dive into all that. But this is what that car is for. You know, that movie was to capture, you know, whoops. That movie was to capture, you know, drag racing, street racing, and all that. And this is what this car is made for. It's for drag racing, not for track racing. But that's upgraded. Now, stock, you can run this on a track very comfortably. I will say that. You know, you do have some wheel spin issues in first and second gear if you're not careful, but otherwise this car is actually very good on a track. You know, you just do some minor engine upgrades. Maybe throw a twin turbo on, I'm not sure. Or you can keep it single turbo. A lot of people like to do that with the Supras. But... you know, you just do those upgrades, upgrade the tires, transmission, all that other stuff. Just don't put too much power into this car, and you have a very good track car, actually. But what would I rate this car as a track car? Fully upgraded, I would have to rate this a... I'm probably going to have to give this one of my worst ratings at like a 2 out of 10. This car, I just couldn't do it. You know, the only way I'd be able to do it is take out a lot of engine stuff, do an all-wheel drive swap, and then some. Otherwise, I couldn't really use this on a track. It spins way too much fully upgraded. But stock, I'd probably have to give this somewhere around the 8 or 9 out of 10 range. You know, this car has very good grip, and overall it's just an awesome car. But yeah, I probably stock, I would give this car an 8.5 out of 10. But anyway, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comment section down below, or just give the video a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me and my friends on Recordathon, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.